What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the studio. So, yesterday, May 14th, we finally got the full-length trailer for Superman. A 3-minute and 5-second trailer. Not no teaser, not no snippets, not no photos, none of that. No commercial, nothing. We actually got a full trailer. And I actually did enjoy these 3 minutes because I was like, okay. Now, let me give you some history with me and Superman real quick. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I do like his character. I do like his rogues gallery. The main thing about me and superheroes is I like the rogues gallery more than I like the superhero. Unless it's Green Lantern. Then we Green Lantern all day over here. But I was always taught a hero needs a good villain. And I'm more into their villains than I am into the heroes. And Superman, hands down, has the best rogues gallery out there. I cannot fake the funk on that one. He has the best rogues gallery out there. Darkseid, Lex Luthor, Metallo, just the name a few. General Zod, Kneel before Zod. Like, come on, man. Zod, I thought he was gonna be in this movie, but he ain't. He probably already dealt with Zod already, and that's something that I wanted to see. But even though Man of Steel already did that, and we might see Zod here, hopefully. But actually, General Zod is actually my favorite Superman villain of all time, so we'll just put that there. But we did get a trailer for this, and not just that, we also got a Peacemaker trailer a couple days ago, and I'm gonna be talking about both of them on here. So if you're a big fan of DC, Superman, if you're a Snyder fan, James Gunn fan, or just a Superman fan in general, you'll hit that like button. Share with your friends and family that also love, comic books and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm gonna shut the hell up, and we're gonna go over this. We're gonna watch the trailer together, then we're gonna go back and forth, see some things that I can point out, all that kind of jazz. But other than that, let's get into it.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of fire,
It's
but-
a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States will
representing
cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world. More.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Well, that's the end of the trailer right there, because all that shows just that it comes out July 11th and so on and so forth. But that is the Superman trailer. Now let's go over some things that I saw in this. Now, first things first, I want to talk about the villains. We're gonna talk about the villains real quick. So hold on, let me right here. So is it right there? What about there? There we go. All right. So this guy right here. At first, I was like, I ain't never seen this dude before. Like, I was doing some heavy research after the trailer, like, okay, who is this ironmonger looking ass dude beating up Superman? Kind of find out the name is the Hammer of Boravia, an original character introduced in the film. So don't be looking for him. Well, he could be in the comics after this, since made a debut, so he might be a new Superman villain that might pop up in the comics. I doubt it, but we'll wait and see. Things happen. Now, what he kind of reminds me of after reading his bio, if you're a huge Iron Man fan, like this video, by the way, it kind of reminds me of Crimson Dynamo, because Crimson Dynamo was a Russian, and he was pretty much a Russian Iron Man, but just a supervillain, or either that or a Titanium Man, which is also an Iron Man villain as well. But glimpse in the trailer, though, details about the villain remains scarce. So that means that not much. So, I mean, he's just made for the movie, which I'm okay with. I mean, hopefully he gets I don't think he'll be added to the comics, honestly. I think he's just one and done for this movie. Now, of course, your boy Lex Luthor always gonna be in a Superman movie. It's not a Superman movie without Lex Luthor, right? Even if he ain't the main villain, he gonna be in it somehow, some way. Because we all know he has a hate boner for Superman. Always will, always has, and nothing ever changes. At one point when I was younger, I thought he had a huge crush on Superman. But it's because how, like, back in school, your crush used to make fun of you all the time. And then you would think, like, oh, they hate you, but really deep down inside, they're only doing it because they like you. Yeah, it was a weird way of showing their affection, but yeah, that's what I think Lex Luthor was doing when I was younger. But as time went on, he's just mad just because he ain't got no superpowers and everybody loves Superman. So he's one of them hating ass niggas. That's all that is. But we ain't really got to go over Lex Luthor. You should know Lex Luthor and what he about and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he ain't Superman without Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Now, one character I want to talk about, though, because I might give this character a own separate video. First of all, Green Lantern. Yes, I'm about to be biased because I'm a Green Lantern fan. Even though I wouldn't have picked this Green Lantern, I understand why he picked this Green Lantern. Because Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are off doing their own thing, because they're having their own TV show come out soon. So it could have either been him or Alan Scott. I would prefer Alan Scott, but it is what it is. Guy Gardner is that one that's a foul mouth. He's just stubborn, hot-headed. He's been a Red Lantern at one point too, which I thought fit his character because he kind of has these moments. But I can already tell that he's gonna be one of the guys that just gets on your nerves in the movie. Like, he always got something to say. Like, I'll never forget that episode of Batman Brave and the Bold when Guy Gardner meets Batman and he tells Batman, "Yo, you ain't gonna lay me out," and Batman knocks him out with one punch, just one punch. So, matter of fact, go watch Batman Brave and the Bold, by the way. Fantastic Batman cartoon, fantastic. But next, we want to talk about, let me see if I can get a good look at her real quick, because I want to talk about the engineer. The engineer, and if you wonder who the engineer is her. The engineer, she is part of the Authority, one of the, I think, movies or TV shows that James Gunn is planning to bring to the DCU. And we're going to talk about the Authority. I'm going to give them their own video because I don't know much about them, but I have been doing a lot of research on them recently, and I'm very, very fascinated on the characters. And so the engineer, Angela Specca, I can't pronounce her last name, played by Maria Gabriela Dave. I can't pronounce the actress' last name either. She possesses a liquid metal body infused with nanotechnology, allowing her to interface with technology and shapeshift in the film. She collaborates with Luthor in an assault on Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Now, mind you, technically, she's supposed to be a hero, I believe. Like, the Authority are pretty much the boys, just in DC. It's pretty much that. I don't know who came first. I don't know if the Authority came first or the boys came first, but I think Authority came first. But people know the boys more than they know the Authority. So, and she like I said, she can shapeshift her body into anything. I'm gonna do a separate video for her because her backstory is kind of actually interesting. And then once you figure out like her backstory, you be asking yourself, why is she working with Lex Luthor though? Like, huh? But it is what it is. James Gunn, I'm gonna let him cook like I let Zack Snyder cook when it came down to him making the DC movies. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna stay out the kitchen. I'm just gonna wait until the movie actually drops to see where this goes. You know what I'm saying? So, what else? Eve Tessmacher. Eve Tessmacher is just pretty much Lex Luthor's like right hand, his assistant, all that kind of stuff. And it's a portrayed by Sarah Sapanio. She serves as Lex Luthor's assistant. So that's that. Now I want to see. Now one I want to look at the most is because let me see if I can find the one with Metamorpho in it, in the scene where there you go. Metamorpho. He is a really odd character, but a really cool character at that. So get a good look at him real quick. Look at his left hand. They put him in the same cell with Superman because Metamorpho, what he can do is his powers is he could turn his body into any liquid, solid, or gas. So look at his right hand. He turned it into kryptonite. That's how they kept Superman in there. But later on in the trailer, it shows that Metamorpho is doing like some light-based powers. And, you know, Superman is powered by the sun. So I didn't know Metamorpho could do that. So, well, could he? Did he do it in the comics? I don't know. I got to go look it up real quick. Like I said, there's a lot of heroes that I need to, you know, catch up on. Because it's been a minute since I've read any comic books, you know, been busy recently. But all in all, though, he's going to help Superman break out. So that's part of the movie I wish they didn't show in the trailer. But, man, it is what it is. I do want to see how Metamorpho does use his powers to create the sun or the sunlight, if that makes any sense. But here it is where Superman is, you know, getting his ass beat and all that kind of stuff. And also, I want to know who is that in the cell next to him, and not just that. What are all the other cells that were around him? Like, I see some people in some of them, but not in a lot of them. Then like, hold on, right here you got somebody in that cell, and I don't think I've seen anybody in the cell on the left side. Yep, it's somebody right there. So I'm under the impression if Superman is locked up here, Metamorpho is locked up here, I'm believing this is a prison for the metahumans. I'm just taking a wild guess. I think it's a prison for metahumans. So we'll have, like I said, we'll have to wait and see when the actual movie come out. But I think that's what I read somewhere, like that Lex Luthor is trying to round up all the metahumans to lock them up, because even though Superman is not a metahuman, he deals with a lot of metahumans in his city. Matter of fact, when I play DC Universe Online, when you link up with Superman, you're a metahuman. So, or if this was the Marvel, a mutant, I guess. So, but hold on, I'm trying to find Ultraman, because get to the part where that. First of all, yeah, okay, we gotta talk about this, because that's another thing too. So, this is the Justice Gang, from what I've read, from some bits and pieces that I've read from off of like articles and stuff. I'm gonna leave them in the description below so y'all can go check it out for yourselves. But we have Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, and Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. They saying that Maxwell Lord, is the villain in this, but I don't know, because we already have enough villains. You know, we got motherfucking Lex and the people that he hired to help him beat down Superman. But Maxwell Lord is portrayed by Sean Gunn, by the way. He is a powerful businessman whose role in the film is currently unclear. So Maxwell Lord, it's 50-50 with him from what I've seen in the comic books and from what I read. Some days he's a good guy, some days he's a bad guy. And Wonder Woman, the last Wonder Woman movie that came out, he was the villain. He was played by Pedro Pascal, and he was a villain in that one. And then when I went to go look him up and do more research on him, it's like, depends on what side of the bed he wakes up on. Is he gonna be a villain today, or is he gonna be a hero today, or whatever? He's rich, so I don't think it really matters to him. He's like, hey, if I feel like doing it, I feel like doing it. But hopefully we get to hear his motives clear when we actually do get to watch the movie. And if not, probably gonna be putting a post-credit scene, because you know every movie nowadays has a post-credit scene, which is kind of annoying now, because I'm like, when I get done watching a movie, I just want to get up and leave. But thanks to Marvel and their post-credit scenes, everybody's doing post-credit scenes now. So fuck, it's like, y'all can't be original. Y'all just can't put this before the credits. No? Okay, whatever. So that's what they're gonna do. Oh yeah, so Mr. Terrific, very smart, one of the smartest men on the world. Hawkgirl from Thanagar, she came to planet Earth. There's so many backstories Hawkgirl has. Some say that, you know, she's from Egypt, all that kind of stuff. I go off the Justice League cartoon and how they went about it, because I really did enjoy that little arc they had with her when her people came down and tried to take over the world. I did like that. And then she kind of became untrustworthy because of her people and all that kind of stuff. Because I think she did double cross them in that episode, but then she turns back and be like, "No, I can't do them like that." But as you can see, this little kid in I think it's called Boravia, holding up a Superman flag, hoping that Superman comes and saves them, and he does. But here's Superman fighting the engineer and Ultraman. Let me see if we can get. Where's the part where he's getting arrested? I'm glad they added Crypto to this too, because I think this is the first time Crypto has been in a Superman movie. I think he's been mentioned a couple of times, but I don't think he's ever been in one. He wasn't in Man of Steel, I'll tell you that for a fact. Okay, no, he's saving folks. Damn, where's the scene where... There you go. Ultraman putting his face in the dirt. Ultraman didn't give a fuck. Ultraman was giving him the hands on that one. But as you can see, that she's asking hard-hitting questions, and it's actually frustrating Superman. Like, bro, what? Y'all making me look like the bad guy. I'm just trying to save folks. What? Like, honestly, I'll feel the same way if I was going to ask these questions. I'm like, you ask me some dumbass questions. Like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, like he said, what am I supposed to do? Let him die? And I'm all like, yeah, Lois, what you trying to say? Like, he was in the wrong for saving people? But I do like that he's showing some type of emotion. I know some people ain't going to like it, but I'm like, hey, dude has feelings too. What y'all want him to do? Be a brick wall and not feel nothing? Like I understand how some people felt when it came to this, because majority of the people were like Snyder fans, and I'm not knocking them for being upset that he didn't get to finish his vision of what he wanted the DCU to be. But I mean, it is what it is, man. But I am going to enjoy this movie. Hell, where the hell is Ultraman at? I thought he popped up in the trailer. Well, he did. Like I said, he put Superman's face in the dirt. But like, the one thing that does bug me about Mr. Terrific though is the hair. The hair, like, it looks awful. It looks bad, but whatever. But hold on, let me see if we can find it. Like I said, there it goes. Okay, got a spear. It looked like Lex Luthor was sitting on the toilet trying to pass a bowel movement. I do like the portrayal of his parents though. They actually look old. Like I didn't have a problem with Peter Parker, not Peter Parker, but Disney's version of Aunt May. They made Aunt May hot. And I'm like, why did y'all make Aunt May sexy? Like, Sam Raimi didn't make her sexy. Whoever made the Amazing Spider-Man movies, they didn't make her sexy. So Disney was all like, you know what? Let's make Aunt May hot. Let's make her sexy. But back to this. I do like when they do add Superman's foster parents in the movies. It gives that moment of clarity for him. Like, every time he goes talk to his mom or dad, he always, it's like a come to Jesus moment when he talks to them. They help him out. They help him understand, like, hey, you're human just like everybody else, and that you deserve love like everybody else. So that kind of thing. Okay, Ultraman. I could have sworn he popped up in the trailer. If not, then I must have just been seeing things, because I know we got a clear look at him. But okay, whatever. I guess not. All right, the scene where he gets speared. Then hold on, there you go. Damn. Oh well. I'll just tell y'all who Ultraman is, because I was trying to give y'all a good look at him. He's the guy that's bringing in Superman. He's wearing all black with the helmet on, all that kind of stuff. You can't see his face. Now, Ultraman in the comic books is like the alternate version of Superman in another world, and he runs the crime syndicate. It's just pretty much the evil Justice League. Owlman, Superwoman, Johnny Quick. I forgot what they called the Green Lantern, but when they said Ultraman was gonna be in this movie, I'm like, damn, we're already introducing the Justice Syndicate. I mean, the crime syndicate already. Damn, that's pretty quick. But a mysterious figure resembling Superman's appearance in the trailer, leading to speculation that this could be Ultraman, a dark counterpart to Superman. In DC Comics, Ultraman is an evil version of Superman from an alternate universe. In the film, he may be a clone created by Lex Luthor to undermine Superman. So I think that's what they're doing. I think what it is, Ultraman is going to end up becoming Bizarro later on down the line. And I would love to see a live action Bizarro, like a really live action Bizarro. Take Corn Sweat, make him look pale, do something with his hair, turn that S upside, well, not S upside down, turn the S backwards, and there you go. got Bizarro. So, but that's the Superman trailer. Now we're gonna go over the Peacemaker trailer because that also came out earlier this week. It was either earlier this week or last week. So let's go ahead and watch that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are with the whole Peacemaker trailer. It's a teaser trailer. So, but it is coming out. I think it said it's coming out in August. So where we left off with Peacemaker was Peacemaker and the crew just got done beating up a bunch of alien butterflies. And the butterflies were trying to take over people, and yeah, that part of the story had me kind of like, what? Butterflies? But then you have to kind of understand, it's James Gunn writing this kind of stuff, and also on top of that too, you're not supposed to take Peacemaker seriously. He's one of them goofy ass characters, and I think John Cena is doing really well for that character. Like, he plays the character very well. Now, that's what happened at the end of Peacemaker season 1. Now, between Peacemaker season 1 and season 2, a lot of stuff has happened. James Gunn took over the DCU, came up with this plan like they do over there in MCU land, where they have you give you a timeline of what's all coming out, blah, all that kind of stuff. And he said certain characters from the DCEU will be coming over to the DCU, and one of them was Peacemaker. And now I've seen a lot of people get upset because, oh, you want your stuff to come over, but you can't have everything else come over. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. If I was James Gunn, I would have done the same thing. I'd be like, hey, I want my stuff to come over. And like I said, be mad if you want to. Like, honestly, I feel like the outrage behind that was just fake and just people doing too much. Like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. This is plain and simple. But there are parts of it that I'm like, you at least could have brought over certain things. Like, I felt like certain characters in Zack Snyder's DCEU could have been brought over, but James Gunn didn't want that. He wanted a clean slate. But then again, it's not really a clean slate when you bring over your Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. Like, so I understand why people are a little bit upset about it. But then at the same time, I'm just all like, when you give the keys to the kingdom to somebody, that's what they gonna do, man. Favoritism, I guess. I don't know. I've seen some people say nepotism. I'm like, well, I want to say nepotism. Yeah, you can say nepotism because he's bringing his brother in, let his brother star in certain roles and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with his wife, because his wife plays Hardcore, I think that's how you say her name, in Peacemaker. And I didn't know that was his wife. I didn't know he was married. Like, when it comes to celebrities and stuff, I don't really keep up with their dating lives and all that kind of stuff because, shit, I don't have a dating life. So why would I care about anybody else's if I ain't got one? You know what I'm saying? So, but let's go ahead and watch this Peacemaker trailer real quick.
John. They're gonna be doing backflips to get you to John.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Either's fine.
Can you tell us a little about your skills?
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world.
The mic is off?
Yeah.
I am also proficient in hand-to-hand combat.
How many more of these do we have today?
Is that popcorn still here?
You love popcorn.
My buzz is getting really big lately, so.
I have a variety of helmets.
This guy sucks.
Excuse me? Am I supposed to be able to hear you guys?
Excuse me?
You were talking about your butt and stuff? And also you said that I suck?
It is not funny.
I don't get it. We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
I don't need anybody else to just forge my own path.
You're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've come to the conclusion you suffer from a particularly severe form of toxic masculinity.
What?
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr. was named director.
Does he know that I have?
Kill this time? Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Mexicali, you scan for any anomalies throughout that house. Pony Boy, don't let him out of your sight. Titties, I want you to take the front door. Encino Man, you take the back door. Got it?
Yeah, but not the fucking names, dude. You can't just call us that.
Where do you think we are, fucking Berkeley?
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart. Oh, cool.
you ready for the next adventure, pal?
Keep on keeping on.
the fuck are you?
Man, they really are flexing that multiverse. So I guess this is where we're gonna. Hopefully, this scene right here. Hold on, let me rewind it for y'all. This scene right here is gonna be wild because one, this might explain why Peacemaker survived and other people weren't brought over. This is the only way that James Gunn could really explain why certain characters he's bringing over from the DCEU can come over and the other ones just stay in that universe. Like, for example, Flash, Ezra Miller. We all know what was going on with Ezra Miller. We're not going to go over it. How you feel about him is how you feel about him. All that kind of stuff. It seems like they don't want to work with him like that no more, so it is what it is. I do like this helmet compared to the other ones, but it looks like they about to be flex. It seems like Peacemaker's going to be going through the multiverse, and maybe this Peacemaker right here, the one that has the gun pointed at the other Peacemaker, is the universe that we're about to go to. And this other Peacemaker who's in his underwear kills. Okay, we're going to go like this. Peacemaker that's holding the gun is Peacemaker B. The one that was in his underwear, we're going to call him Peacemaker A. Peacemaker A kills Peacemaker B, and he takes his place in his universe and goes and lives in that universe. So that's the best guess I can come up with, y'all. I'm not going to sit up and act like I got all the sources like everybody else does. I'm just taking a wild guess here. Now, it's funny when he says you suffer from a rare version of toxic masculinity, and he's talking to a whole woman. I have seen some women who have been angry like her recently, and I'm like, man, I understand, though, why she's probably upset, because nobody's taking him serious. Like this scene right here where he's look like he's being interviewed for a spot in the new Justice group that they're making, because I heard a theory yesterday from 3C Films, and he was saying that maybe in the movie, because this happens after Superman, they said that, well, he said, and I actually kind of agree with him on this one, maybe a little bit. He said that Mr. Terrific might end up turning on the gang and helping Superman, and he ends up getting kicked off the team, so they need a new member to take his spot, and that's why Peacemaker is here auditioning for a spot to take that spot that Mr. Terrific left open for them. So, but what it seems like is that him and the gang are just down on their luck, and not just that, things are just gonna keep getting worse for them, because as we can see that Rick Flag's father, Rick Flag's father, who's been in Creature Commandos and all that kind of stuff, he's hunting down Peacemaker. He wants Peacemaker because of the fact that in Suicide Squad, out there, what's called Motar Atis or something like that. I always pronounce that area name wrong. He kills Rick Flag. So at the end of the movie, he just stabs him with a piece of porcelain. Now the funny part about all this was the dude, he was just handing out nicknames. But first of all, I gotta give props to Adebayo, because her name was hard to pronounce at the beginning for me too. She lost some weight. She done slimmed down. I noticed it too. So I was like, hold on, she slimmed down. Okay. Maybe she just wanted to lose a little bit more weight for the role. I don't know. It is what it is. But this scene right here was funny. He was just handing out nicknames. Call one guy Casino Man, the other one Tits. But as you can see, it just seems like they're just down on their luck. Nobody's taking them serious. And that he just wants them to take them serious. Like, hey, we're going to be the 11th Street Gang. Eagle is back. Vigilante was the best part of the show, to be honest with you. Like, the dude was just something else. And like I said, I didn't know nothing about his character until Peacemaker came out, and it was hilarious. But that's all we got with this, because it was just a teaser. We got a release date of August 21st. Multiverse is probably gonna be flexed in this like they always do, so it is what it is though. But let me know what you guys think about both of them, actually, Peacemaker and the new Superman trailer. I'm looking forward to both, honestly. I like both. I'm gonna be checking out both, giving both a chance, and might do a review on Superman when it comes out, and the same thing with Peacemaker. Actually, I will do a week-to-week thing with Peacemaker, because I actually did like the first season, so looking forward to it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and also share your thoughts in the comments as well. Let me know what y'all think about the whole reboot for DC. Do you think it's gonna go in the right way? Do you think that James Gunn is not fit to do this, or you just don't care and you just want to see a Superman movie again. But let me know in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Please take care of yourselves. Drink a lot of water. It's getting hot out here. Peace.